out here. Okay, so we're live, I think.
We're live, we think.
We're live. Like, okay, let's see. How do I get both of us in here better?
Oh, just
There we
like
are.
two kissing cousins or something like
You
that.
know, let's go. Okay, so they said that my audio might stutter in the very beginning, so we're not going to talk about anything important just yet.
Okay.
Maybe if I go like this.
Yeah.
Are we both in here now?
Yeah.
All right. I think that works.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're just working this out, everybody. Okay, so Ren and Jeff Lifson here, live from Keeneland, where there's obviously a lot of action going on.
It's been I think the second day of the sale has been stronger than the first day, but in general, I think the market is, what's the word, robust?
Robust. Would be yes, and I hear that everybody is pretty happy with how things are going, especially after last year.
You know, understandably, it's more fun to be able to roll around here and feel safer.
Yeah.
Last year, I think a lot of us, were here because we had to be, but now I think there's more of a festive atmosphere.
And look, we're just hanging out close.
Yeah.
I'm right here. You're right here.
Double vaxxed.
So I want to show you something here.
Yes.
Can you hold that up for me?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got a horse here by Quality Road, right?
Yeah.
And we got a horse here, not only by Quality Road, but a half brother to Gervin, Cocked and Loaded, Midnight Bourbon, Pirate's Punch. The dam is Catch the Moon. She was unraced, but by Malibu Moon, who son of AP Indy. We lost Malibu Moon recently.
Yeah, she's a Galdern blue hen now, isn't she?
Oh my gosh! I mean, when you are that consistent in putting out that type of graded stakes quality, yes, I would call you a modern day blue hen for sure. Now, Quality Road himself, not only did he have an exceptional forelock,
yes,
but he was an exceptionally talented horse himself. A horse who could set track records. He beat his own track record.
I think that there are horses made for trainers, especially ones that become household names. And understandably, Cool Hand Luke, aka Todd Pletcher, was the right guy to have a horse that was, infamous for not being able to get a Breeders' Cup Classic under his belt because he was acting up at the gate. That's Quality Road, before the fact, but Todd obviously tamed the tiger and went on.
I know, and he beats his own record winning the Dawn. No, you can put it down now. He beats his own record winning the Dawn. Now, why are we showing you this pedigree? Well, because
it's ours.
West Point just bought this colt, hip number 300, for how much?
It was $1.6 million. We have some tremendous industry partners that are also involved in buying this horse. We've got, let's see, Woodford, Stone Street, and those are a couple of the named industry partners. And there's some unnamed industry partners that we will talk about maybe when this horse goes to the races. How about that?
Well, okay.
There are bloodstock cases that say, hey, this is for an undisclosed client.
Yes.
The names on this, West Point, Woodford, and...
well, here's the thing, though, okay? This horse, 1.6, we just talked about, $1.6 million. The sales hopper prior to him going through the ring for $1.4 million.
Right.
Yesterday, American Pharoah filly.
Yep.
We love American Pharoah because not only did he win the Triple Crown,
Sure.
first Triple Crown winner to have an opportunity to run in the Breeders' Cup, because Breeders' Cup was inaugurated
right
in
here.
'84. Did it right here at Keeneland. And she's a half-sister to Echo Zulu, who just won the Spinaway Stakes. And you'll appreciate this, even though you didn't buy this filly.
Oh, we tried.
We
tried.
From a pedigree perspective, one of the things that we saw and what we're noticing with gun runner babies is they're doing really well, in particular with mares who are daughters of Stormcat line sires.
Okay.
And you're going to get the same thing with this Echo Zulu filly because Echo Zulu, I'm getting my horses. It is Echo Zulu, is the 2-year-old filly, because I'm now thinking of Zulu.
The one that just won the
yes, but we also have the other Zulu horse who was just retired, who was Alpha Zulu. So I don't want to get it mixed up. Okay, so Echo Zulu, yes.
One's a pretty little 2-year-old that's only spreaded, and the other one's gone long.
Exactly. So I just wanted to make sure because it's been a long day already. Okay. So, everybody's saying hi, by the way. See the
hi,
comments.
guys. Are they saying to hi to me or hi to you? Probably hi to you.
Well, both of us. I'm
To
gonna
us
say both.
collectively.
Collectively, yes. So here's the thing with that filly again. Being by American Pharaoh himself is out of a Yankee Gentleman mare. So Yankee Gentleman sent a Storm Cat. So you get that same cross with that filly.
Somebody's Little Princess, I think, is the mare of American Pharaoh.
Emma, Little Princess Emma.
Little Princess Emma.
So that filly, though, again, you did not buy her. She was a sales topper 1.4. She is going to go to Shug McGhee, as far as I'm aware. And that's the tie-in because this colt is
going to Shug McGhee.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So we don't have a name yet.
We're hoping that I mean, Shug's been wonderful to us up to this point.
Up to this point? Do you expect to fall out? I'm joking.
We sent him First Captain. We've sent him some
Yes.
other horses. A 2-year-old filly by Classic Empire this year from one of the 2-year-old sales. He's been delightful to work with. We figure if we keep sending him high-profile horses, he'll keep sucking up to us, basically.
Well, there's nothing like having a Hall of Fame trainer
He's
sucking
the
up
best.
to you. Yeah.
It's been so nice to have him and his extended family a part of our racing family.
Chip's great too.
Yeah, look, for all these years, Shug has had some household names as his, pretty much limited client base, and I think he's adapted incredibly well to outfits like us. He's been great.
Well, he's trained 2 of my favorite horses, an Easy Goer and Personal Ensign. So.
Personal Ensign, one of the all-time greats.
Oh my gosh, she's my favorite female horse still to this day.
She ran the race for the ages at Churchill Downs back in 1988.
Yeah.
On a day that was it in January? No, it was actually in November. It seemed like it was January.
She was just incredible, and what she ended up doing as a broodmare also,
fantastic.
Which I'm sure you appreciate. So
Randy Romero, God
yes,
rest his
amen.
soul,
Yeah.
We'll tell you the great stories about that race, and we'll tell you, maybe now as telepathically from heaven, he still doesn't know how he won that race. Still doesn't.
It's amazing.
But he did. She
It's
gutted
amazing.
it out.
Well, let's talk about the fact that yes, you do have this now relationship with Shug.
Sure.
You already mentioned First Captain.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with him? What's going?
First Captain is most likely going to run in the Pennsylvania Derby at the end of the month.
Okay.
That's where we're pointing. That's where Shug is, sort of planning, and we'll have to, as always, qualify it by saying if he continues to train well, etc. But we've got Joel Rosario to ride. That's exciting.
Oh my gosh, he swept up at Kentucky Downs.
Oh yeah, sure did. So Joel's going to ride. We'll have a big West Point contingent going up to Parks that day. That'll be fun.
Yes. How about Dripping Gold? A 2-year-old you debuted as a winner at Saratoga.
Another Shug horse. This one provided plenty of drama for Mr. McGhee and the rest of the crew, and especially for the assistant trainer.
Did you expect him to win first
Jason,
out?
what's the assistant trainer's name that got plugged in the head?
We got
Anthony Hamilton.
Anthony Hamilton.
Who is, by the way, hi everybody, like one of the best guys on the planet, and I mean just a key piece to Shug's success. And it was 8 stitches. I had tweeted out, if someone wants to go back on my Twitter.
vicious.
Yeah, the morning after I had stopped by to see Anthony, I took a selfie with him. So, I mean, all kidding aside though, I mean, had it been a couple of inches closer, like, we really would have had a major problem. So,
Oh my gosh.
and it was like a Disney-esque ending with the horse not only being able to race after that, but going out and winning.
Absolutely. No, that's incredible. Okay, so so we talk about a horse like that, goes out, wins first out. Yeah, I'm talking right now about Dripping Gold, and going back now to this yearling, this 1.6.
Right.
Tell us about the process with West Point from putting this horse on your short list to actually getting him, and then the next steps.
Well, I mean, the short list is comprised initially from a select group of bloodstock agents. Well, there's the head agent, which is David Gordo, and then he has his crew, which includes April Mayberry of Mayberry Farm, Mike Shannon, Hall of Famer there, some of April's people. It's an all-star group of selectors.
Yes.
And they give us a number. We will go look at the horses that have been winnowed down each day, come up with our own horses, mixing it in with the vet reports And then we start trying to put together powerhouse conglomerates that can pay $1.6 million for a racehorse.
What's the main thing to you that sets a young prospect apart? Because it's hard enough to buy a horse. It's really hard to buy a yearling and project that they're going to have the type of talent you hope is going to return on investment.
We've had so much success in the yearling market recently with horses that we just rely on David to give us a good select group, and after that, oftentimes it's gut feel. You may have heard of a horse named Flightline.
Yes, and I was going to ask you about Flightline.
He was a drop-dead gorgeous colt. He was understandably a tap-it out of a graded stakes winning mare.
Female family of Dancing Spree, who won the Breeders' Cup Sprint.
Great Phipps family
yes.
underneath.
Furlough.
So pedigree-wise,
yep.
That was great, but what really sold us was he was just a fabulous individual. He was a gut feel, made your heart go pitter-patter. And so you can't discount that part of the equation with these years.
No.
But thanks to David, thanks to his team, we get a good group to work from, and then it becomes kind of a work in progress and do a heart check.
So what do you do with a horse like that now, with this type of tremendous talent? What do you put up, 114 buyer?
Yes, it is. Yeah, please. What do we do with Flightline? Well, funny thing, the guy who's calling the shots for Flightline is right there. He's taking my phone out, and he's going to charge his phone, John Sadler.
Yes.
John's got it covered. John's the captain of the ship. We are the swabbies on the poop deck.
Oh, the poop deck.
But from everything that John and Terry and Woodford Racing and Horonis Racing, everything that the big components of this have discussed, looks like we've got a choice of the Malibu at the end of December, or maybe the Breeders' Cup Sprint. Those are a couple of the major options that we're considering with this. I've tweeted it, and I'm sure I'm being way too much of a homer. I think he's the most exciting horse in North America.
He is super exciting. Can you tell us, it was obviously a lot, patience paid off in waiting for this horse to debut.
Yeah.
What was it like when he finally showed that talent that you were hoping he was going to have? Obviously amazing, but I mean, what really does go into just waiting for that day to come? And yes, okay, it was worth the wait.
A lot of, heart in your throat before the race. And when he came to the, when he was drawn away in the turn in his very first race, the April race at Santa Anita, that's when you feel great relief, great pride.
Yeah.
And for me, I became a fan. At Del Mar, I think I did this in my house when I watched him, in April. Maybe I was down at the OBS sale. But I know where I was this past Sunday. I was at Del Mar. I was in the paddock, basically by myself. I had a couple of friends to my left, and I just started clapping like this in zombie-like fashion, just because I'm such a fan. There have been very few horses that I've ever seen that have made me just drop my jaw, and he was one of them.
Well, it has to, but that's the other side of the equation. I mean, we were talking about the fact he's by Tapit, and Tapit's been imparting so much stamina to his get, and here's this horse who's got this speed. It's
incredible speed, and he never looks like he's getting out of a
No, and and it's got to feel.
Wonder,
yes, yes, absolutely. And
is he going to be even better at a mile? He's going to be better at a mile and a quarter.
He reminds me of Ghost Zapper. He reminds me of that type of horse who has that dynamic type of speed that you could run him in the sprint, you could run him in the dirt mile, you could run him in the classic, potentially, next year. If
Indy
develop
500.
Indy 500, why not? But a horse like this, when you already have a win over the Breeders' Cup host track for this year, Del Mar, that's got to feel kind of encouraging as well, I would think.
Yeah, it plays a part. You never know. Anybody who's been around racing knows that track surfaces, they're organic.
Yes.
And they can change over time. But if it's the same track that it was this summer, this fall, when we get ready for Breeders' Cup, kind of like our chances, sure, to like the track at least, right?
Yeah.
And I'm being a little bit humble. Like I said, I've never seen a racehorse like this before.
Well, that's so exciting.
It's been a while. Ghost Zapper is, I think, a very apt comparison.
Well, thank you for agreeing, because
Very apt comparison.
sometimes people like hearing comparisons, and sometimes they feel it adds pressure.
No, I think that, look, the thing that I've reflected on with this horse, because I was around him much of the summer, from July into August, and then over Labor Day weekend. Whatever happens to him, I've seen him. I know how good he is. I've watched him race, and I, personally can take that to my grave.
Well, that's super exciting. Now, as we already said, this colt today, this was just getting his career pretty much started. Yeah. What's the downtime? Where does he go right after this sale? Is he already shipped over to wherever he's going? Or?
Yeah, we sending him to Eddie? I actually don't know. I don't know if we're sending him to Eddie Woods, or it's a TBD where in Ocala he'll go. Flightline actually went to Mayberry Farm.
Okay.
Which is fine, because they're great.
Yeah.
There's too many good outfits down there.
Yes, for sure.
He might go to Stone Street.
There you go.
Because, Barbara Bank was involved, and so could be. But he'll get saddle broken probably the next month, and then ease into his career. Start breezing, typically end of the year, first of next. Okay. And then he'll go to Shug whenever he's darn ready to go to Shug, and we'll be ready to be fans.
Well, I'm already a fan. Thank you, Jeff, for your time.
Thanks, everybody.
All the best to Team West Point, and more action to come. Stay tuned.